lösen. Da freut man sich immer drauf in Adventures, wenn man diesen Anfangsknoten gelöst hat und dann alles flutscht.
Good day. I have the ingredients you asked for.
Wonderful. Hand them over. There you go. Tell Mr. Bryden to apply this poultice to the area in question. It works wonders.
Thank you very much.
Nee, Moment, falsch. Mr. Shoulder. Bryden. Mr. Bryden.
Yes?
I've got a poultice for your joints, Mr. Bryden. It was prepared by Mildred Walker.
Who?
You may know her as Mother Mildred.
Oh, thank you, lass. That Mildred knows what she's doing. I should have thought to see it myself.
She said to apply it directly to where the pain is. It should work very swiftly.
I'll give it a try.
Schmier, schmier, schmier.
Oh, that did the trick, lass. I feel like a lad of 20 again. I suppose you'll be wanting me to milk old Eunice for you in return.
If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it.
A fair exchange.
Milk, milk, milk.
Stand well back, lass.
Believe me, I'm not coming an inch closer.
There you are, lass. Some fresh milk.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bryden.
Ziegenmilch. Eunice the Provider. Eunice hat abgeliefert. Okay, auf zu Village Square. Oi, da steht mal jemand anderes statt dem Schläger.
I've got a pail of fresh milk here for you, Miss Tompkins.
You haven't.
Here.
Mum, you've saved my hide. Thank you.
Are you all right?
I'm worried about Mr. Ambrose. Any road, I'm heading back to Panswick Manor now. Would you still like to meet his lordship?
Very much so.
Now, I can't guarantee you'll be home, all right? He's a very busy man.
I'll take my chances.
Follow me, then. Come on over. It's not much further.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Oh, und der Halbmond wieder.
What time do you call this?
Sorry, Mum.
Give it here, then.
Ziegenmilch.
What the hell is this muck?
Goat's milk, Mum.
You daft bint. Since when does his lordship take goat's milk with his tea? Oh, he will not be pleased. Get back to your sweeping before I clip you over the head.
Sorry, Mum.
Oh, fuck. Wir müssen an der alten Hexe vorbei. Ach, du Scheiße. Da komme ich doch niemals vorbei.
Where is Lord Panswick?
Sorry, Mum. I can't talk. Miss Fenchurch is ever so mad at...
Ach, die ist Fenchurch, ja.
Where is Lord
Sorry, Mum. Miss Fen...
Sheep.
How very bucolic. I've no time for frolicking with the flock. Some fine-looking flowers. Some fine-looking flowers. It's a symbol of some kind. A moon, perhaps?
Ich habe Angst, mit der zu reden.
Fenchurch is a cruel-looking woman, her face set in a permanent scowl.
Okay, wir wagen's.
Bugger off, you whelp. This is private land.
I was wondering if it might be possible to speak with Lord Panswick.
Are you deaf, girl? Don't make me fetch the guards. They're armed, you know. By Christ, you're like a dog with a bone! Do you want to get yourself shot?
I can assure you the only things getting shot around here are the pheasant. And perhaps the odd grouse. Greetings, my lady. Lord James Panswick.
Ich wusste es doch.
You're Lord Panswick?
As I live and breathe.
You could have told me that before.
What is life without mystery, Miss Bateman? A predictable stagger to the grave?
I was imagining someone...
Much older and far less handsome?
something like that.
See? I can read your mind, my dear. Now, may I ask, what brings you to my manor?
I wanted to ask if I could borrow some of your labourers.
Oh? For what purpose?
I intend to excavate
Gangbang.
Hobb's Barrow tomorrow, and I'm in need of some assistance.
An excavation? How very delightful. We're in the middle of our own works right this minute. Follow me, Miss Bateman. Come along. I promise I don't bite. For generations, this chapel was a place of unique devotion. And this was until some of my more ungrateful ancestors forgot him and abandoned it.
Why did they abandon it?
Men of great wealth and power can grow so comfortable that they forget they still need the divine. The sacrifices required to maintain such a relationship were no longer being made. The chapel soon turned to rubble, and with time, even the villagers forgot him. His influence endured, but only with the isolated few who lived on the very fringes of these moors. Believe it or not, my family's fortunes have dwindled ever since. Since I succeeded my father, it has become my life's work to restore this place of worship. With this sacred place rebuilt, he shall be venerated once more, and the name Panswick shall be uttered again across all of England. He guided the hands of my ancestors. Now it is time for him to guide us. Bewley is a godless place.
Have you forgotten about St. Edmund's? Father Roach might disagree.
I shall bring him back to these lands, and this chapel shall be his seat once again. A new world.
But it seems like you wish to bring back the past.
From out of the old world shall come the new. A greater truth. But I digress. Horace, my dear fellow.
Aye, your lordship.
This fair lady here is in need of some assistance. Would you and your chaps be up for a spot of digging at Hobb's Barrow tomorrow?
Hobb's Barrow? Aye, your lordship, 'tis no bother.
Good man. You're in luck, my dear. These are my finest, and they're all yours.
Thank you. I am grateful.
On one condition.
Yes?
I've heard wonders about Mary de Plancy's Bakewell puddings. I'd rather like to try them for myself.
Your lordship, you're giving me the help of your men in exchange for cakes.
Yes.
But
Farewell, my beauty.
Boah, das wird das Schwierigste überhaupt, einen Kuchen zu bekommen. Scheiße. Horace
they
Equipment.
have some decent equipment here. It will be more than useful for the excavation. They have some decent Is his lordship joking about the Bakewell puddings?
No, miss. His lordship is a man of folly.
How ridiculous!
He treats you all right if you do what he asks.
Panswick Manor. Guck mal, der Eimer ist weg.
Good day.
Oh, another strumpet looking to find our way into his lordship's bedchambers, I see.
I'm nothing of the sort.
I've seen plenty of your sort before.
I don't wish to provoke.
Ganz nette Frau. Mein Gott.
Thank you for bringing me here, Miss Tompkins.
You're welcome, Mom.
Large Flower. Die schneide ich mir doch mal ab. Hier.
I could just pick this up.
Dann tu das doch. Okay, wir fragen mal in St. Edmund's Church nach. Aber heute gibt's ja keinen Kuchen.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. Duplancy. Do you still have some of your homemade Bakewell puddings, Mrs. Duplancy?
Oh, you're too late, Pet. I've a few left, but they're set aside for someone else.
Might you please be able to bake me some more?
Sorry, I'm not in the mood for baking. Truth be told, my dear husband Albert passed away recently. Me thoughts are all over the shop.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Aye, he's in God's hands now.
Were you married to Albert a long time?
Aye, too many years to count. He were the cobbler here in Bewley.
Ah, deswegen macht da keiner
Dashing
auf.
Cobbler in all of England, I used to tell him. Love is precious, Pet. There's nought that can replace the hole it leaves in your heart.
I can relate to that in my own way. I wish you strength in this difficult time.
Thank you. With God's blessing, I'll get by.
May I ask who you have set aside the puddings for?
Oh, Father Roach. He won't be back until tomorrow.
Won't they be off by then?
Not at all. Besides, Pet, as I told you, I'm not in the mood for all this baking chatter.
Sorry, Mrs. Duplancy. Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
Verdammt, wie kommen wir jetzt an den Kuchen ran? So eine Kacke. To do. Find workman for my excavation, habe ich ja. Bring Bakewell puddings to Lord Penswick. Und convince Mrs. Duplancy to bake puddings.
There's nothing else That's not mine to
Kann er nicht mal mit ihr reden.
I'm not sure they would be...
Na. Abstechen, bedrohen.
I don't wish to give...
Ja, das ist jetzt schwierig. Pui, da habe ich ja gar keine Ahnung, wie ich das Rätsel anpacken soll. Guck mal, der hier verkauft ja auch so was wie
I really don't
Kuchen.
want a mutton pie or a Scotch egg. There's nothing else I wish...
Er könnte mir helfen.
No one here.
Der Apfelwurm. Kenneth der Zweite. Hätte man ja auch schon mit Kenneth dem Ersten lösen können, ne?
There's nothing else I wish... There's nothing...
Und ich kann nicht mal mehr mit jemandem reden. Wie kriege ich die dazu, Puddings zu machen?
Good day.
Hello there.
Du bist neu.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ralph. Not seen you around before.
I'm just visiting. What brings you to the market today?
I purchased a Scotch egg for me tea. You want a bite?
No, thank you. I'm looking for some help with an excavation tomorrow. Might you be interested?
Sorry, miss. I've already got my own job.
Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I will.
I will. Tja, Herbert da oben. Schön am Ratzen den ganzen Tag.
Nobody home.
Ich kann mir vorstellen, dass der... Nee, sie sagt ja, der Pater kommt morgen erst wieder zurück.
It's probably safer if I don't draw.
Sie sagte, der ist weggegangen. Verdammt, Mrs. Duplancy. Ich brauche Kuchen. Aber umsonst, bitte. Oh, der Schläger. Ach nee, das ist ja der Gravedigger. Der hat mir jetzt einen Cross
He
aufgestellt.
looks like a rather shady character. The simple wooden cross bears a small plaque, on which is inscribed the name
Albert Duplancy.
Duplancy.
Hab ich schon gedacht.
No, just looking.
He were the cobbler who's going to mend me boots now.
The simple wooden cross. Hello. Does this fresh grave belong to Mrs. de Plancy's late husband?
Aye.
Rather bare, isn't it?
My job is to dig the graves, not decorate them.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Ich soll das bestimmt dekorieren. Damit sie das vergisst oder so. Und dann gibt's große Flowers bei Lord Penswick.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. de Plancy. I saw your late husband's grave, Mrs. de Plancy. I am very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, pet. I'm ashamed to say I couldn't afford nought more than a simple wooden cross. You were a colourful man, our Albert. He deserves better. He loved his flower beds. He's only been gone a fortnight, and already his plants have gone to rot. May the Lord forgive me.
Plants are difficult.
His precious hippeastrum were the first to go. I would have loved to lay one on his grave.
What does a hippeastrum flower look like?
Oh, beautiful things they are. Tall stems topped with large red flowers.
Ja, okay.
Hard to grow in this
Siehst
climate. They were his pride and
Lord
joy.
Penswick.
The remarkable thing is there's no scent to 'em. That's why he loved 'em so much. You see, he hated anything that smelled sickly sweet. Hippeastrum were just perfect. Let me know if you come across one, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. de Plancy. Thanks for your time.
Lord be
Und
with
wie man
you.
sich hier so durchrätselt, das ist ja super. Ups, wollte ich eigentlich nicht machen. Auf zu Lord Penswick.
These matched the description of the flowers Mrs. de Plancy mentioned.
Oh, oh, die rastet gleich aus da
There's no
drüben.
scent.
You get away from my hippeastrum.
Ah, apologies.
Move!
Well, that confirms it.
Ja. Wie komme ich da ran? Also die
Just pick
alte
this up.
Hexe da wegräumen.
Those flowers. May I please take one?
Are you deaf and daft? Bugger off!
A bullying old harridan. There's no point trying to speak with her.
Ja, aber das ist doch für Lord Penswick dann.
I'll have to find a way to distract Miss Fenchurch. She's watching me like a hawk.
Kann ich die ablenken?
Good day.
Hello.
I really need one of those hippeastrum flowers.
Why?
It's a long story. Might you please be able to get one for me? Or distract Miss Fenchurch so I can take one?
Those flowers are Miss Fenchurch's favourites. She spends hours looking after them.
Eine ganz... Oh, warum weint sie denn?
It's just that I'm so worried about Mr. Ambrose.
The milkman.
Aye, we were to run away together today.
I see.
I'm worried sick that he stood me up. Without Mr. Ambrose, this job is all I have. I can't risk losing it over a flower.
I'm sorry, Miss Tompkins. I still haven't seen him.
Do you think he's abandoned me?
I'm sure that's not the case. He must have been delayed somewhere.
Could you try to find him for me, Ma'am? Oh, please, Ma'am.
Neue
I'd
Rätselkette.
do anything for you if you found my love.
I can try.
Oh, thank you. You're ever so kind, Ma'am.
What does Mr. Ambrose look like?
He's got brown hair.
I'm afraid I'll need a bit more to go on.
Sorry, Ma'am, I'm too upset. Please find him, won't you?
Hey, stop your nattering and get back to your sweeping!
Sorry, Miss Fenchurch.
Gut, das ist wahrscheinlich jetzt auf der To-Do-List gelandet. Alter, guckt euch die Questliste an, als würde ich ein MMO spielen. Find Mr. Ambrose. The milkman is missing and Miss Tompkins would like me to find him. It is in my interest to help her. Das stimmt. Speichern wir mal. Wo könnte der Bengel sein? Wieso kommt er denn nicht? Oder wir müssen uns erstmal so durchfragen. Ein Milkman. Ein Milkman. Haben Sie einen Milkman gesehen? Sind Sie der Milkman?
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
I do, yes.
Have you any idea where he might be?
He is usually here by now.
So I heard.
He normally arrives via the road to the east of Bewley.
Thank you. Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I will. Okay, im Osten, da konnte man noch gar nicht lang. Da war bisher immer, ist dann wieder zurückgegangen. Vielleicht geht das ja jetzt.
There we are. Your shells are looking much more interesting now. I pestered Mother for years to let me bring some of your treasures here. I think she's worried that I want to follow in your path. She has hidden most of your discoveries away. I had to beg her to bring me to visit you, you know. I shouldn't worry you with all that. Do you know that I have a story for each of these pots? Well, I don't know if they're all true, but they are my memories. Even though I was so young, I still remember our adventures together. Would you like me to share my memories of them? Well, I'm going to, whether you like it or not. You were incredibly excited about this one. I hadn't gone on an expedition with you yet. You were so happy about it, showing it to Mother and I. You didn't stop talking about it for hours. I thought, how can Daddy be so excited over some old broken pottery? But it wasn't long until I understood. I think you brought this one back from a trip abroad. I would have loved to go with you, but Mother didn't want me to. I remember you being so proud of it. It looks ancient. We found this one together in that mucky old barrow near Avebury. I think it was the second time you'd taken me on a dig with you. I remember you bringing it up to your face to look inside and shrieking in horror. "There's a bloody rat in there," you screamed.
Dachte, da wäre eine Spinne drin, aber Ratte ist auch nicht schlecht.
Mother was so angry when you brought this one home, wasn't she? "William, that simply will not do. It's taking up all the space on the mantelpiece." Once you moved it to your study, I remember creeping in to take a peek at it. This is from the first dig I remember you taking me on. The excavation of West Kennet Long Barrow. I found it wedged behind a stone as you ate your sandwich. You said, "Now there's a tiny urn for a tiny girl." I almost forgot. While I was searching for your pots in the shed, I found one of your manuscripts. I thought Mother had burnt all your notebooks, but she missed one. It was an account of barrows across the east of England. I managed to read it all before Mother took it away. Daddy, it was fascinating. I've decided that is what I want to do with my life. I'm going to travel the country, excavating and documenting my own finds. Well, as soon as I'm old enough to escape Mother, that is. When you're feeling better, we can go out on expeditions together again, just like we used to. I promise you'll get better, Daddy. I'll do whatever it takes to make it so.
Ach ja, was für eine tragische Geschichte. Und sie macht wirklich alles. Sie geht genau dahin, weswegen der Vater so geworden ist. Um das zu lösen. Oh. Perfekt. Five-Head-Rätsellöser on the way, um ein Rätsel zu lösen.
Mein Gott! Mr. Ambrose! I'm going to help you.
Was? Wer war das? Das ist die Katze.
What cruelty is this? Let me free you, sir. Curses! The rope is bound too tightly. I can't even free his mouth.
Okay.
Don't worry, sir. I'll find a way to free you.
Oh, wie der schnauft auch. Was ist das?
Please hold still. I'm going to cut you free. He had been so tightly bound that I could barely cut through without hurting him further. His mouth was stuffed full of flowers of a most peculiar scent. I was dismayed at such savagery and wondered if the feral folk Father Roach had mentioned were responsible for this abhorrent act. After some considerable effort, I managed to cut him free. Are you all right?
Who were lost in visions of hell itself, the devil. I saw the devil.
Who did this to you?
I don't remember. Oh, the terrible sights I saw. I won't forget them till my last breath.
Are you Mr. Ambrose?
Yes, Edward Ambrose.
You were to meet Miss Tompkins today.
My love. Oh, my darling love.
Let me take you to her. Here, take my hand.
Ich will mir doch noch Harald
As we made
angucken.
the arduous trek to Panswick Manor, I probed Mr. Ambrose on who had done this to him. He insisted that he didn't remember anything, except for his nightmarish visions.
My love.
Eddie! Jesus, what happened to you? Were you in a fight?
Now, fret not, my love.
I thought you'd abandoned me.
Never. Thank your friend here for helping me out of a bind.
Oh, Eddie!
Let's get out of here, my darling.
Hang on.
You thieving bint! I'll have your guts for garters!
Oh, stick it where the sun don't shine, you bitter old sow!
Jawohl.
Here you are, Mum.
Thank you, Miss Tompkins.
No,
Kennt die nix.
thank you for finding my poor Eddie.
Thank you, lass.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm never setting foot on this godforsaken estate again.
Boah,
Good
die
luck,
hat
you two.
Guts, ey. Und hier liegt ein Broom. Den kann ich aber nicht nehmen. Kann man hier rein jetzt eigentlich? Nee. Geil, wir haben die Blumen. Das heißt, wir bekommen den Pudding bald. Wo wollte ich jetzt in St. Edmund's Church? Auf den Graveyard. Oh, fies. Wer war das? Also, das sah richtig fies aus. Diese Nahansichten immer. So, sie will es selbst ablegen. Dann tue ich die in den Basket und tipp die an. Dann dreht die sich um. Nee.
I have something for you.
You found them? Oh, you dear child. Let's take them straight to Albert. You'll come with me, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. Duplancy.
Ihr Ehemann war Albert Wesker. Regnet schon wieder.
You know, the things I miss most about him are the things that used to annoy me. The click of his jaw as he chewed his sandwiches, leaving his tools all around the house. The way he'd never back down from an argument. He's just quiet at home now. Silence. The funny thing is, that's what he always craved. Peace and quiet. He were a good man, our Albert.
Sounds like he was. I'm so sorry.
Do you fear death, pet?
Oh, ja, schon. Jeder hat doch Angst vor... Na gut, na...
It's the part in
Ja,
between
das
that
hier.
concerns me most.
Whatever do you mean?
My father had an accident many years ago. Ever since, he's been in a state where he can neither speak nor move.
Oh, that does sound dreadful. I'm sorry, pet.
I believe his mind to still be active, but perhaps this is the worst of all fates. To be trapped in one's own body and unable to express oneself